Besides not getting Kawhi Leonard, the Los Angeles Lakers had a really good offseason. While it would have been great to add Kawhi to form a big three of LeBron, Davis, and Leonard, the Lakers were able to make some really good high-value signings elsewhere. They signed DeMarcus Cousins to a 1-year, $3.5 million contract, Danny Green to a 2-year, $30 million contract, which was a bit of an overpay, but Green is a really good player and proven to be an elite 3-and-D player. JaVale McGee to a 2-year, $8.2 million contract, Rajon Rondo to a 2-year, $5.2 million contract, Avery Bradley to a 2-year, $9.7 million contract, and Quinn Cook to a 2-year, $6 million contract. That was a lot, but all of those contracts in my opinion were good to great signings, and the Lakers did very well there. However, there was one deal that I thought was a pretty bad deal, and even though it's not terrible, I thought it was a pretty big mistake. Signing Caldwell-Pope to a 2-year, $16 million contract with a player option in the second year is just a very bad deal for a few reasons, even if it doesn't seem that serious at first. On a side note, shout out to Rich Paul for working his magic and getting KCP that big contract for him. He's a great agent, and if I were an NBA player, it would be a smart move to make him my agent. Now, let's go over why Caldwell-Pope's contract is a huge overpay for what he brings to the team, what I think the Lakers should have done with the money, and why it may come back to bite the Los Angeles Lakers in the future. First, for the details, the Los Angeles Lakers signed Caldwell-Pope to a 2-year, $60 million deal with a player option in the second year, so that means he could opt into another season after next year of $8 million for the 2020-21 NBA season. $8 million a year for KCP is a pretty big overpay, as while he's known to be a good 3-and-D player, he really only provides good perimeter defense. He has solid size and strength to defend most guards and wings, so I will say he does provide some value on the defensive end. He's a solid player in the right role, but he hasn't shown to be the same player he was thought to be when he was with the Pistons. First, on offense he is pretty bad. He shot only 34.7% from 3 last season, and he's a career 34.5% 3-point shooter after 6 seasons in the NBA. That's a pretty big sample size that shows he's a below average 3-point shooter, as the average 3-point percentage in the NBA is about 36%. KCP doesn't provide much else on offense besides mediocre 3-point shooting, as he's a career 41.2% shooter from the field, and he's not great at scoring in the paint or playmaking for others. In addition, he's prone to taking bad shots, as we saw he took a lot of pull-up threes in transition with the Lakers, and when he's not making shots, he's a huge liability on offense. His good defense is hard to offset all of his problems on offense, and at most he's a neutral player. An average NBA player is not worth $8 million a year, and to add a player option in the second year is even worse. The Lakers should have used that money on other players, especially considering they also signed Danny Green and Avery Bradley, which are two players who have a similar game to Caldwell-Pope, except they are simply better than him at the same things. The Lakers should have considered using their extra money and bringing a guy who can play the 3 or the 4 and play solid defense while being able to create his own shot. Maybe someone like JaMychal Green or Jabari Parker, who played well for the Wizards last season. Someone like those guys may have taken around the same money and would likely have a much bigger impact on the team than KCP, who will likely be playing out of position with the logjam at the 2. Caldwell-Pope will likely see a lot of minutes at the 3, and he may struggle against bigger wings like Paul George, Jimmy Butler, and others as well. But what I hate the most about this deal was that the Los Angeles Lakers gave KCP a player option for next year. While there isn't going to be a ton of stars who will be free agents next year, they could still use extra cap space to add another role player who fills in a need. So, if KCP does bad, he will likely opt into the second year of his contract and eat up about $8 million of the Lakers' cap space. That is definitely not good at all, and the Lakers made a big mistake there. Overall, as you can probably tell, I really don't like this move for the Los Angeles Lakers. This was an overpay for a player who likely didn't have a huge market this offseason, and he should have gotten something like $5 million for 1 year. Adding a player option for a second season may also hurt the Lakers' cap space for next season, and if they need that cap space and Caldwell-Pope opts in after a bad season, it will cost the Lakers an asset to move him. Again, I don't think this was a horrible move, and KCP is a good player if he plays under control, but it just does not make much sense to me. Hopefully, KCP will prove me wrong and have a great season, but right now it's not looking like this was a good contract for the Lakers at all. So that's a wrap. Thank you all for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more daily NBA content just like this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also be sure to turn on post notifications so you can stay updated on when this video will be coming out. Also follow me on Instagram and hit me up if you want to talk about basketball, business, or have any video ideas you want me to do. Let me know, as I do try to battle all you guys there. Drop a comment down below. Do you like the signing of KCP, or do you think it was a mistake? Let me know as I do read all comments. I'm definitely interested to see what you guys have to say. So with all that being said, once again, thank you all for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.